We're suing the ATF. That's right, we're hauling them to court yet again for another lawsuit over their illegal pistol brace ban. And our lawsuit was just filed on Thursday. Before I get into the details, hit that subscribe button and click the link below to sign your petition to the ATF and lawmakers urging them to abandon this pistol brace rule for good. Also, it's very important. Call your congressman right now at 202-224-3121 and urge them to vote for HJ Res 44 to end this gun ban once and for all. Yes, that's 3 actions I'm asking you to take right now. But if we're going to end this gun ban, now is the time for all gun owners to pile the pressure on all fronts, including Congress and the courts. Speaking of piling on the pressure, that's what we're doing with our latest lawsuit against the ATF's illegal pistol brace ban. You may have seen that there have been at least 4 other lawsuits, all of which have received initial favorable rulings from federal judges, dealing almost crippling blows to the enforceability of this unconstitutional anti-gun rule. I'll list them out for you. The first is Mock versus Garland. That's FPC's case. The second is SAF versus the ATF. The third is Texas versus the ATF, which is GOA's case. The fourth is Brito versus Garland, which was filed by Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty, and those are the folks who are also representing us in our case that we filed yesterday. Now, you may have heard that each of these cases, the judge did something highly unusual. They issued injunctions preventing the ATF from enforcing this gun control rule on just the plaintiffs named in this case. The legal experts I've spoken with have said this is probably because the more traditional judges on the bench tend to believe that issuing nationwide injunctions to stop executive branch policies from taking effect on the general public have been abused in recent years, and they seem reluctant to want to keep doing that regardless of the underlying issue, whether it's guns or something else. Well, that's kind of like saying we're going to go fight with one arm tied behind our back. And when it comes to our Second Amendment rights, what we really need is a judge to step up and issue a nationwide injunction. Nevertheless, the 4 cases we just spoke about, they haven't done that yet. And, well, that sucks. But what they have done is they've clarified that the term plaintiff includes all of the members and the customers of the various organizations who are actually named as plaintiffs in the cases. Wow. So for all intents and purposes, that sort of means this pistol brace rule should be unenforceable, right? After all, how else can the ATF prosecute someone and know if they're a member or a customer of one of those plaintiffs from those organizations I listed above? But the trouble is the ATF is still going to try. Even if they don't, some renegade George Soros-backed prosecutor in some deep blue state will find a way to start charging gun owners with possession of an illegal SBR under this rule very soon. So that's why we're piling on with our case also. Ours is Texas Gun Rights, which is our local state affiliate, versus the ATF, with the National Association for Gun Rights also being listed as a plaintiff. Like I said earlier, the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty are representing us in this case, so a huge shout out to them for their work. We're seeking the same injunctive relief for our members that has been granted in all of the other cases. Our case is not very different from the others, except for the fact that it's been filed after the 120-day amnesty period closed on May 31st for registering these pistol brace-equipped firearms. And that means our case includes an entire class of people that at the time of filing who have already suffered an actual harm of having to disassemble or render inoperable their pistol brace-equipped firearms if they have not already received approval through the ATF's Form 1 process. It might not be the sexiest of talking points, but in the realm of lawyers and legalese, it could be one more reason for a judge to finally pull the trigger and strike this rule down for everyone. After all, the effect of a judge not doing that creates a huge disparity in the application of this law. One large class of people who are members of a gun rights organization get to have pistol brace-equipped firearms, while another large class of people cannot. And as much as we want you to join the National Association for Gun Rights, which, by the way, you can do in the link below, we do not believe your Second Amendment rights should depend on being a card-carrying member of any group. But if you want to be, you can click the join button below, make a donation today, and if we get a ruling that's consistent with the others here, then that might protect you from having to comply with the pistol brace rule, at least temporarily while the litigation is ongoing. It certainly couldn't hurt. But don't mistake this for a silver bullet or a magic cloak of legal protection. All of these cases, including ours, are very fluid. The fact of the matter is that all 4 of these cases still need to be litigated on their merits, and at least one of them must prevail, maybe all the way up to the Supreme Court, in order to ultimately overturn the illegal pistol brace ban that the ATF is imposing on us. We're also supporting SB Tactical's case, which is FRAC versus Garland, and they're the creators of the pistol brace, so we should also watch that case very closely. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we need to fight on all fronts, including the courts and Congress, and directly with the executive branch and the bureaucrats at the ATF. So that's why, in addition to taking the ATF to court, we've also been cranking in something like 20,000 of your fax petitions directly into their office, almost as fast as their machines can receive them, urging them to abandon this rule now. We've also sent over 7 million emails to folks, getting everybody to contact House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. He's the Republican Majority Leader of the U.S. House, so he can schedule a vote on HJ Res 44, which, if passed, would essentially overturn this illegal pistol-based rule using the power of congressional oversight. And I think we're getting very close to having that vote happening, so let's keep piling on that pressure. Click the link below to sign your petition to the ATF and to lawmakers, urging them to abandon this rule once and for all. And again, call your congressman at 202-224-3121. That's the congressional switchboard. Ask to be connected to your congressman. That number again is 202-224-3121, and urge them to vote for HJ Res 44, which will end this pistol brace ban once and for all. So, with that, please hit that subscribe button to this channel. Stay tuned to the National Association for Gun Rights for more updates on the pistol brace ban rule and this lawsuit. Thank you very much. God bless.